The latest on that controversial O.J. Simpson book. It comes from Simpson himself, who is talking for the first time about why he agreed to tell how he hypothetically would have killed his ex-wife and her friend. Early Show national correspondent Hattie Kaufman has details.
His book has been muzzled, but it seems there's no way to keep O.J. Simpson quiet.
O.J. Simpson, did you kill Nicole and Ron Goldman?
Absolutely not, and I maintained my innocence from day one. Never wavered.
In a radio interview, Simpson denies his ill-fated book, If I Did It, was a confession.
The writer, when I first met him, she said it was going to be a confession book. I said, well, I have nothing to confess. So they all negotiated, and they came up with this hook, make it a hypothetical.
The book and accompanying TV special were controversial from the get-go. Earlier this week, they were canceled. Fred Goldman, whose son was murdered along with Simpson's ex-wife, was outraged the deal had ever been considered.
They should have never considered publishing a book by a murderer and never interviewing a murderer for 2 hours. It took them better part of a week to come to their senses and do what they did. And I'm thrilled that the American public forced them to do what was right.
O.J. admits he has received some payment, but not the reported $3.5 million advance. News Corp says he was paid nearly $800,000.
I will not say I'm sorry for anything I did. I was able to secure my homestead, pay off a whole lot of bills, and put my kids in a position to have their financial future totally secured.
AP reporter Linda Deutsch has been covering Simpson's legal problems for years. She spoke with him on the phone.
He said to me that he had said from the very beginning that it was blood money, in his words, and that he felt that everyone who had ever written about this case and about him had taken blood money. And he said, you can't be morally selective. He said, I had to join the jackals because he wanted to get money for his children.
With the book already printed, it's bound to surface somewhere on the internet. In fact, it was already offered for sale on eBay, and bids topped $1,600 before it was pulled.
The country spoke out and said this is not what we want to hear. It's unfortunate that it will make its way through the internet. It will make it onto the black market, I'm sure. I hope that people don't pay any attention to it. It's disgusting, and it does a disservice to the victims of crime across this country.
For The Early Show, Hattie Kaufman, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And Ron Goldman's family has asked News Corporation to turn over all rights to the book and TV interview to help make sure all copies of the book will be destroyed. The publisher has promised that the book will never be seen.